Hello everybody, how are you today? This is Superfiend, and let's play Planet Coaster. If you don't know, this is a game about building amusement parks, theme parks, and then filling it up with stuff so a bunch of really stupid simulated agents can have a good time. We're going to be making a park in challenge mode, and I'm going to pick the deciduous environment, and I'm going to call this park Whacky World. We're going to do this on hard difficulty. I think easy and medium are a little bit too easy. Harder is just a pain in the butt because the rides break down way too often, and there's really nothing you can do except cheat to change it later. So hard mode strikes a good balance between humble beginnings, and you have to organize yourself right in the beginning until you get a good cash flow, and then you can expand into a nice looking park. And that's what we're going to try to do. Let's jump in here. All right. Now, for challenge mode, what I like to do is I like to keep everything really cramped in the beginning. Just build everything kind of tight knit and close together. We only got $2,000 here. And the coasters are too expensive. If we were to try to build a custom coaster, it's $1,800 just to put it down. So we got to go over to the rides. And it's a choice between the carousel and this wild blue. Now, the carousel is a good choice because it leaves $800 left over to add some scenery to the park and dress it up a little bit, and that will make the agents happier. So that's what we're going to do. Pick this guy, and I'm just going to plop it right there, and I'll worry about the rest of it in a moment. And we need to add a path. I like to make the first path 8 meters wide. I like to keep my paths 8 meters wide. The reason for that is the building pieces are 4 meters, so 2 building pieces is as wide as the path. And we'll just put a single stretch of path right there. And we need to make an exit for this ride. I'm going to use the sandstone. And I like to keep the exits about 4 meters, and we're going to make it real short. And what I want to do is slide it around here until it snaps. So right here is where the exit is going to go. And we need to worry about the entrance, queue entrance. I'm going to do wood. And the same thing, 4 meters. And I'm just going to wait until it snaps right there. I'm going to build a queue that's not too long. Maybe too long there. The longer the queue, the harder it is to dress up the queue scenery and make them all happy. That's not going to work. Let's place the ride. Okay. See, that's why it's not going to work. I'm going to put it about there. Okay. Go back to the path. Let's finish this exit up. And let's finish this queue. That should work. And we'll put the right entrance. And as I slide this around, it should auto-complete nicely for me. Did it up here. All right, that's good enough. All this is going to get moved later, so it doesn't really matter. That's kind of we want it here. We want the exit to be on this little operator. We want the exit doorway on his left side. And the reason for that is eventually when we have a mechanic and it breaks down, the mechanic's going to walk through this door and he needs access to this panel. And some of these flat rides, if you put it over here and there's not enough room, and then the mechanic walks all the way around the ride and he takes forever to do it. And the ride doesn't come back up until he leaves. Okay, so we got the basics here. Let's give this thing a name. I'm going to call it the carousel. And 350 is too cheap. We're going to decorate the queue so that we can charge more. We can get away with the $6 price. I'm going to turn the music off. I don't want to listen to it. And on most of the flat rides, on most rides, I usually change the load rules to a full load. And on a lot of the flat rides, I turn off the minimum wait time and give it about 40 seconds for the maximum wait time. And we don't have a mechanic yet, but we'll change the inspection schedule to every 10 minutes just for now. And let's not forget to open it. Okay, and we also want to add, for these people to make them happy, somewhere to get some food. We're going to do a Cosmic Cow milkshake. I'm going to put it right in between these two and just move it back until it's not connected. Okay, that's where that's going to go. And let's give this a name. Not very creative, I know. And all the vendor shops, they have a monthly running cost and then the vendor salary, and that adds up to the total cost. And as you change the extras on the items, it increases, sometimes it decreases, but the monthly running cost will change. And so what do we have here? We have a strawberry cosmic shake. Let's do that with some ice cream, and we'll just charge $4, make it a little cheaper. And the vanilla cosmic shake, let's go ahead and go with fudge pieces, and let's do a lot. We'll keep that at 5. Ice cream too. And the chocolate cosmic shake, do a lot of marshmallows and some ice cream. And there we go. People come in and be happy. If you put down anywhere for them to get food, you got to make some dumpsters, some little trash cans. So we'll put one over here, one here, and we'll put one there. That should be plenty. Now the other thing we want to do before we open this up, we also want to add a bathroom. As soon as they're eating, they're going to want to go potty. So let's edit this building. The bathroom, I'm going to okay, I'm just going to go this side. That'll work. I wanted to put it over here, but it was messing up the path, and I don't want to play games with the path to try to get it fixed. So the bathroom will go over there, and we'll just call this the entrance bathroom. Good. And we've got $200 left, and let's build some scenery for this queue. We're going to make a little planner. Planners are a good way to get your queue scenery rating up, especially when you have limited funds. And I'm going to make this out of modern brick. Do a 1 meter wall piece. I'm going to change the colors. I'm going to do this dark green, and then we'll pick white. That's what that'll look like. And we'll just set this here, there. Okay, so that's the basic shape of our planner. And we'll put a sloped section on it so that the ends just look a little bit different, not too, so it's not so boring. And just a real simple decoration here in the middle. And I'm just going to snap it to the wall and then spin around and put it on the others. And, that kind of looks like something that you'd see in a planner. I don't know. And let's add some lights for the lights so that it looks good at night. Go ahead with the short lamppost. And again, I'm going to snap it to the middle of these wall sections. We'll select all the lights. We'll go ahead and change it to a yellowish colored light. And then maybe this purple. I think it's purple. Oops, didn't mean to unselect them. And I want to make them lower. I want to sink them down. So we're going to go into the advanced move. Sink these down to about there. And we'll take these two. I'm just going to slide them right in here like that. Oh, and I'm realizing now that the yellow is this little top piece. Is that right? Oh, thought it changed the light color. Well, that's it. Yellow top, purple bottom. And now we can't have a planter if there's no plants in it. So let's add some bushes. And a simple way to do this is, instead of trying to work inside the planter, just work in one of the squares that's next to it. I'm going to take this white bush and position, do a little rotation, try to line it up. Rotate that twice. Okay, and let's change the color on the plant. We don't need to be too picky about this. Something simple and easy. Not black. What's this color? A little light salmon or something. Okay, so our basic plants, and we want to have kind of a ground cover, so let's go ahead and drop that there. We're going to lower it down. No, I changed my mind. Delete that. Couldn't really see it. Okay, these are a little bit too tall for the planter. I'm going to change it to the rolled axes. We don't want it to stick out too much. So lower them a little bit. And then we're going to duplicate them and move the duplicates in. And it's poking out just a little too much there. So just slide them over a little. And we'll duplicate them again and go this way. And we'll lower them just a little bit because they're covering up the pillars too much for my taste. And now where we got this gap in the middle is a good place to add a ground cover plant. So use the control key and just slide that into the middle, and then maybe get one of these bushes here like this. There, we can delete those. That took like $61 to do. Select this plant. I'm going to move this wall piece so that I can get to that plant. Move it in just a little bit. I'm not going to worry about this little leaf sticking out the side there. Most of the time we'll be back out here and you won't notice it. So there we go. There's a nice little planter. And just adding that one planter has increased the queue scenery rating. This changes how willing the guests are to pay more money or stand in longer lines. And let's go ahead and just duplicate this. We'll drag the duplicate out to about there. Now, thinking more to line it up along here. Then we can come back later and put a tree or something in there. And we got $81 left. I think we could do one more of these. And we'll just put it right between the exit and the entrance. And up to 65% there. And with the last $22, let's go ahead and just add a couple trees that are fitting for the nature region. And the poplar trees are the cheapest ones. So we'll just... that's it. We're out of money. Okay. Time to open the park. The ride's open. Shop is open. Let's make some money. And it's going to take a few moments for a family or something to come in. We want family guests. The adults and the teens aren't going to be very likely to ride this. And the other thing I'd like to see to give us a little boost is I'd like to see if we can maybe charge 50 cents per child. See if they're willing to pay for that. Here's two. Yep, let's try $1. All right, can we do 150? They're still paying it. About 250. Yeah, let's see if these ones walk away. They're still paying it. Can we get a kid in for $5? I've never actually tried just charging for kids and not for the adult and teen guests. See how this works. See if they pay. Ooh, that was iffy. They got stuck on them. Okay, good. So we can actually make a lot more money like that. That's ridiculously easy. And let's see if we can get away with charging a little bit to use the bathroom here. Let's just try $1 and see if he still went in. Let's see. All right. So we're making a little bit of money off the restroom. That's going to make them cranky. And we've got a decent little crowd going here. Let's make sure they're all getting on. Okay. So now really what we want to do is we need to get more rides down. If we look at the guest thoughts, they're going to be complaining that there are not enough rides, which makes sense. You know, this is the right resolution. Seems really big. Isn't there a UI scale in here? I thought there was. How did it get set to 160? I'll have to fix that. This is kind of big. I don't know how that got moved up so high. Okay, so the goal is, as I was saying, we need to get more rides. If we look at the guest thoughts, somewhere over here, boom, 32%. They wish there were more rides. The carousel is so expensive. Ooh, they didn't go on it. The reason they're saying it's so expensive is maybe because they had to pay to get in, so that makes them kind of cranky. Let's try lowering this price a little bit. We don't want to make $5 for child if nobody's going on the ride. So let's see what they do. All right, that should work a little bit better. So they want more rides, and they're also going to want food to eat, and they're going to want something to drink other than milkshakes. And the only other ride we can build right now that's not a roller coaster, the roller coaster is going to be too expensive. The only other thing we can build is an Aero Blue, or we could put two carousels next to each other. They'll happily ride them, but that's kind of silly. It's kind of stupid. So what we need is $1,600 to be able to place down a Wild Blue, and then that will give the adults and the teens something to ride, and we can charge a little bit more money for that. And then at some point get the food in the drink shop. What we want them to drink is the gulpy soda here. They really like this. I don't want to spend the research fee to get it yet. But as soon as we get that second ride, we'll start researching a few things in here to make them happier. And once we get a drink shop and those two rides, we can try to get our first roller coaster up, and maybe one more roller coaster, and that should give us enough income to extend this path further into the middle and kind of get a proper entrance over here, and then we'll relocate everything kind of around here, and we'll build this area up. That's my thought. I think that's how we're gonna do it. But why didn't they want to write it? Let's get out of here. I'm having a great time. That makes perfect sense. I'm having the time of my life. Let's go somewhere else. The trash cans are getting full, so we're going to add this janitor guy here. We're going to plop him down and let him clean things up, and then we're going to fire him. Click on him. Won't let me. There we go. Nobody's putting any trash in this one, so we could probably move it somewhere else. If you're building a park and you notice that the trash can's not filling up, then it means that they're not throwing their trash over there. Look for somewhere on the path where they're littering or whatever, and move it over there. Okay, so they're using it there. And we're up to $700. It's kind of like watching the grass grow at this point. Not very exciting. Where is our queue? 65%. If we duplicate one of these and move it over to here, and we will rotate it 180 and press it right up against the path there. Now we're up to 80%. That's a little bit better. And let's go ahead and edit this one, and we'll just add a couple rocks and maybe a tree, and see if we can get the rest of that queue rating. Small. How big is this one? Sometimes you get a large rock and it's like that big, and then sometimes you get a large rock and it's like, wow, that thing's huge. There you go. That's a big one. Let's put that right there. Can we rotate this? And nope. That one. Put that there, and if we sink it into the ground a little bit, it'll see. I don't like that. Do this one. There we go, good enough. And we'll add just a couple more bushes. Remove the filter. We'll just dress things up just a little bit here. Put a nice planter out, or what is this? A yellow floral bush. Put a couple of these. That's kind of big. If we sink it down, what's it going to look like? I'm not feeling that. Not feeling that one. How about a green leafy bush? That one's... Need to move this guy back a little bit. Okay. And 91%. For the next 10%, 9%, let's just go ahead and add a couple posts. We'll do a scaffolding pipe. And we'll just put one here, one there, one here, one there. I'm going to change the color to blue. And let's duplicate this building. We'll just put it right here like this. And you'll notice that as I'm moving and rotating, everything is lining up really nice. And that's because I haven't turned off the snap to rotation. I built everything straight off of here, straight off of this path. And then except for this little curve and this little curve here, trash bins, everything is still aligned to the default alignment of objects in the game. As soon as you turn off snap to alignment, it becomes a little bit more difficult to line things up. And we'll be doing that eventually. But for the start here, just want to keep it nice and neat and clean. And let's get him to clean stuff up. And we're just about ready to add our arrow blue, or wild blue, or whatever it's called. And let's just go ahead and extend this another length 5, whatever 5 means. It's obviously not 5 meters, but maybe 5 segments. That must be what it is. And okay. Let's just wait. There we go, $1,600. And let's go ahead. No, not quite. I'm going to pause it there. And let's build. This time we're going to take advantage of this scenery that's already here, and we're going to build the arrow blue. Is it arrow blue or wild blue? We're going to build the wild blue hue right next to this one. And so we'll get the same bonus as some of this scenery. It'll pick it up. So we're going to go here to the wood, and it snaps nicely, 4 meters wide. Now this one, we want to make it a little bit longer because they will wait longer in line for this ride. Okay, that'll work. And, geez, look, spent $140 on just that nonsense. Okay, let's get it going again. Let me get that money back. Should be pretty quick. Be even faster if I get rid of him. Maybe. Okay. So we're going to put the wild blue here. The exit will just come straight off of here, probably. And then when we get that open, we'll make some pretty good money. Then we'll try to work towards our first actual roller coaster. Let's see if this is going to get there. There we go. Okay, good. Rides Wild Blue. I keep wanting to call it Arrow Blue. What isn't it? What is it angry about? Really? What if I lift it up? Okay, that'll do it. That'll work. I'm happy with that. And we got that down. We got $5. I think I'm going to tie this episode off here. We're going to let it run a little bit in the next episode and get those paths hooked up and get that ride configured. And I'll see you then. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a great day.